Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching Nature Nell. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button, you don't want to miss all the awesome stuff that's coming up ahead, like today's episode, which as always, my favorite, What's in Bloom. And we're doing a second part in June because there's so much to show you guys that honestly in one episode, it would have been like a good 2 hours. So there's some new stuff going on back there. It is about to rain. It's actually drizzling right now a little bit. Really hot. We do need a little bit of the rain to cool it down. That's why I'm tank topping it today and capping it because it's really hot. So I'm not going to be too chatty because I do want to show you everything I have in there, plus some extra stuff that has been going on in the ranch with Lewis. He's getting creative with his workshop and he's coming up with some organic designs. I can't wait to show you guys. It's in there. So see you in the, I was gonna say in the ranch house. See you in the green room. Going on? What are you doing, Morris? Yeah, I know. You gonna join me for this episode? Okay. You're welcome as always. All right, guys. So I gave him his 5 minutes of stage. So let's start where we always start, right in the front. So I'm gonna start with this little tiny one here because she has been blooming for a while. I got her at the Tamiami Orchid Fair this year. I do have an episode based on this fair, which was amazing, and I found some really great stuff. And this was a viewer of mine that went shopping with me and says, you need to own this Oncidium. It started off as yellow. I'm going to see if I have some, I think I took some pictures of it and recordings. It started off as yellow, but it transitions into this beautiful pink tone. And it's so pretty. And it's a mini Oncidium. It's adorable. I just think it's so delicate. So I put her in this small little wood box. Here's the name. Popcorn Highland. Oncidium popcorn, or I think it's Oncidium. I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with all these names and acronyms. So anyways, I got this one and I love it because it's just so delicate and so tiny. And as you guys know, I'm starting now to gravitate a lot towards minis. I'm sorry, this one's a difficult one to focus on, especially when she moves. All right, let's pull this back a little bit. Sorry, I don't do that glitch that you see, by the way. That's not me. That's actually the iPhone when you go from one lens to the other. All right, this I've shown you guys before in my last What's in Bloom. I'm not going to take too much time because there's other new stuff I'd rather take time in, because this one I've covered it plenty. And this is a Geoho Queen Geoho. Here we go. And this bloom has been like this for 3 weeks now. It seems like they last a very long time. Now I planted 2 of them in here. Let me take this out. That's why I have 2 tags, by the way, for you guys that are just tuning in and haven't seen the other episode on What's in Bloom in June. I added these. This one back here is from Smiley and this one is from Brethren's. So, you know, if you guys have the same species, I always like to bulk up, you know. I put 3 or 4 together and that way you can start building up your own little specimen. It's the cheater's way. Now this I just got at OFE's Orchid Fair from Anna. She has a nursery called Blooming Paradise. And she had these little mini, I think they're epidendrum, only because of the way the leaf looks. And even the master, Mr. Tang himself from Springwater, was saying, you know, I know this orchid. It was very well known back in the 70s, I think he said, or 80s. He says, but they kind of like disappeared. And now Anna just had a couple of these and I haven't seen them anywhere. They're just very different looking from anything that I've seen out there. And you know, for me, It doesn't have to be full of color and patterns for me to love it. You know, if it's something rare, then I definitely, come on phone. Oh my God, these things are so frustrating, let me tell you. I think if Apple only knew how frustrating it is, I think they'd fix it. It always wants to focus on the background. I don't understand that. When it's something small like this, it just goes to the background. And it shows you the little grid box, you know, to focus. And you're on that subject matter, and look where it's focusing. It's focusing back here, and the box is right up here. So guys, I'm sorry. I'm just trying my very best with, you know, defaulty tools. So this, if you guys know what this is, please let me know, because even Tang doesn't know. He goes, if you get the name, please let me know, because I can't remember the name now. Now here's another unknown. This was a bag baby that I got at Tamami many years ago, and I got this one together with the Greenwich L herd or something like that, which looks very similar to this. And this was dying on me, and I put it on one of the mounts that I got from the Orchid Supply store, and it gave me a new growth, and it gave me a flower. And literally like 7 months that I maybe even less that I put it there. So guys, if you know what this is, please let me know, because it smells delicious and it's beautiful. All right, now right next to it, this is my Bubophyllum grandiflorum, which has a very unique and rare looking flower. Sometimes it blooms in bundles. It gives me a lot of blooms and it looks really cool, but I always look at it and I think of a bird, right? Or like a prehistoric bird or something. It's just such a cool Bubophyllum. And I got this this orchid over at Banyang's years ago. I would say about 4 years ago, or maybe three. It's just, time is flying. And when I got it, it was very tiny, and it was on this wood mount. He had already had it, but all this is grown. Look at that. And it was probably about that big, and I got all this in those ears. It is a kind of a slow grower. Here's the name, Bubophyllum grandiflorum. And I love this orchid. She is, oh, well, I think of this one as a he. I don't know, he just looks very male energy, masculine energy. What do you guys think? It's all in the eye of the beholder. All right, and guess who gave me another flower? It had dried up, the shoot. Oh, it's starting to rain. But it gave me another one, my Psychopsis. Now, some of you viewers have reached out to me about your Psychopsis not blooming. I treat it just like a Phalaenopsis. And look, it's kind of moist in there. I mean, I did do a feeding today, so it's gonna be moist anyway, but I keep it on the moist side. What I did notice is we've had so much rain that even in the greenhouse, the rain has been so hard that it's damaged some of the flowers. And my last Psychopsis that had come out of here, there's the second one it gives me on this new shoot. It destroyed it, the rain destroyed it, because they usually last quite a while. Psychopsis lasts pretty long. You know, the flowers are not that, but I realize if they get wet every day over and over, you'll take down you'll reduce the life expectancy of that flower. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. Now up here, I lost a tag on this. I got this as Soroa. Here's another one that I put on one of the orchids from the Orchid Supply. One of the mounts from the Orchid Supply store. I'm trying to go so fast so the video is not that long that now I realize, you know what, dude? Slow your roll and just do what you need to do. So this is it. This one just gave me this beautiful flower for the first time on this mount. I believe they call this the Lime Star or something like that. I don't have a tag. I lost a tag. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But look, the roots are already on the opposite side, going through holes and everything. Do you know how long ago I put this on this mount? 3 months. 3 months ago, I put this here, or 4 months actually. It was right, it was before my birthday. So yeah, it was about 4 months. And it already has that. Now I am feeding every week, my weekly mix. I am doing that, so that helps a lot. Now let me see what else. The gift that keeps on giving. Laz gave me this beautiful Florida Rainbow, Phalaenopsis Florida Rainbow. It's from Krull-Smith. Here's the actual cross. And I love this. It smells like Fruity Pebbles. Very sweet. But all the flowers fell off when I bought it. And then it shot one new one here. And I said, okay, it's down to its last flower. It gave me another flower, and now it's giving me another bud. So it's safe to say this is a sequential Phalaenopsis, because it just wants to keep giving me flowers. And I am not complaining. I welcome that. And now this one I'm super excited to show you guys in full bloom, because it's a gift from a very good friend and viewer, Frank Vitier. And he gifted me this Epidendrum ciliare, which I made my own tag, and it's horrific, but hopefully you can read it. Ciliare. And it bloomed for me for the first time since he gave it. When he gave it to me, it had a couple of blooms, but now this bloomed for the first time on this beautiful mount again that I got at the Orchid Supply store. If you guys need mounts, wood mounts, they are amazing. You should check them out and use my code. Just type in Naturenell and you'll get like 12% off, which every little helps. And now with shipping, the way things are, everything is like skyrocketing. You know, any little discount could help offset some of that price. So anyways, these flowers smell delicious. They smell very light, a faint fragrance of like the Queen of the Night. If you guys have smelled that flower, it's almost a copy of that fragrance, but a little bit lighter. But it's there, and it smells really, really good. Let me see if they smell now. No, they don't smell. They don't smell. I think it's at night when I smelled it. Yeah, it was in the evening. It smells so delicious. So it is raining, drizzling, so I'm gonna try to see if I don't wet the lens. I don't care if I get wet. This epidendrum encyclia is in full bloom. I think last time I showed you guys it wasn't, but now that it's in full bloom, the colors are so vibrant. Here we go. I did cover her in the June. You will see some that was on the last video, but bear with me. I don't remember if I covered them or not. So I do remember covering this one and talking about it, but it wasn't in full bloom. So here you go. She is in full bloom and just gorgeous. And she smells very good. She has sort of like it's almost like a chocolate wafer, because it's not full on chocolate. It's like chocolate wafer. Like there's like I don't know, like a cookie scent behind it, if that makes sense. Oh my God. Some of these flowers, the fragrance is so hard to like describe, you know, because it's like different. Come on, focus. Look, it really does not want to focus. I don't know what's wrong with these iPhones, you know. They're supposed to be like the top, but sorry iPhone, I'm giving you a review. Thumbs down right now on that focusing. Thumbs way down. Because there we go. Boom. It likes this angle. Actually, I like this angle too. This is my Francis Fox. I don't have a tag for this. I got this from Pam at Orchids In Bloom, which I got to tell you guys, I don't get tired of saying it. Her flower quality is always amazing. And when they rebloom the way that you bought it. Because I know sometimes people say, hey, when I bought it, the bloom was prettier or bigger. Well, hers, I don't know what she does to them, but they're sometimes even bigger than when I bought them. So this one gave me 5 flowers, right? 5 flowers, and this is the last one left. And it also has a beautiful floral fragrance. I really like the fragrance on these. All right, I'm moving on. We have some path happening here. And this one is my hybrid. Ooh, rain is picking up a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to cut it and continue. This is a mix of an Encyclia tempensi, varied alba, with an Encyclia profusa. Now, when you have two species crossed to make one, that's what they describe as a primary hybrid, because the two crosses were species. They were primary species. So that's a primary hybrid. And Tang taught me that. So I just wanted to pass it on to you guys because it's such a simple thing that we can remember, and it's kind of cool, you know. So this one I got from Odoms. And guys, on all my What's in Bloom and in my and anything that I talk about flower orchids and I mention the name of the place, check in my description box under the videos. I put all the addresses there. Okay, I take the time to put all the addresses there for you guys to read them, because I know a lot of you guys keep asking me in the comments, and I really don't mind telling you, but it's like, what's the point of going through the trouble of putting in the description box if I still have to go through the trouble of writing the whole information down? So sorry guys, I had to stop it because the rain did pick up and it just got a little bit too much. It's still drizzling, I don't mind this, but it's just, it makes too much noise in the background while I'm trying to explain. So I actually like the sprinkles, you know, the way the screen breaks the water and it feels misty, but you know, the noise factor. So I'm hoping that we can pull through this. All right, so anyways, I already talked about this. We talked about the description box. Let's move on. All right, so this one is from Bangyang. This is, I think there's Ascasenda. I always confuse this one with let me see, hold on, give me a break. Yeah, it is an Ascasenda, but it's not a Tavavat, it's something else. Bangyang Fantasy. I'll write it down on the thing. It's a Ascasenda Bangyang Fantasy, and I did show her before. I just love the red on this, and since today it's overcast, you get a true color. You don't get any washed out from the sun. So, you know, for people who are photographers out there, you know that this is the best lighting for shooting outdoors when you're doing fashion, because you don't get any washed out highlights. You get all the detail on the outfits. And the same goes for the blooms. You know, it gives you like a soft box lighting, and it just shows every detail really nice. And then right next to it, we have my lovely I was going to say Ascasenda Vendopsis Parishii. Ascasenda Guang. Here, hold on, I'm forgetting. Guachi Along. So anyways, this one, as you guys know, it's a very difficult one to bloom. I got this one from a viewer of mine, Teresita, who you've seen. If you guys have been following me, you've seen her in my previous videos, and we go shopping sometimes together. And she gave me this as a gift, and it's my two favorite colors and my favorite pattern, cranberry and yellow and freckles. I love this. This is my favorite of all colors and patterns on orchids. And you know, every now and then I smell a fragrance on it, even though they say it doesn't have fragrance. And this one's about to burst, but we'll wait. I got this. I think this was at Moats. It was one of those specials that they had. Now I want to show you stuff that I haven't shown you before. I did show you this one, but I will show you again because it's down. Oh no, it still has 3. No. Let me see. Yeah, no, it still has 3 spikes. This one gave me for the first time 3 spikes. And this one is a Liam Singh, and they discontinued this from Bangyang. This is from Bangyang's. It has a beautiful fragrance. It smells the way it looks. It has like it has like a nice little soft floral fragrance to it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful orchid. And you know, I got to tell you, in this lighting, it really shows off its colors, because this is one that the yellow always gets washed out, so you don't really see the yellow. You see like a whitish, but look at the back. So yay for overcast. Now let's jump right over here. This one, for you guys that like species that bloom a lot, I gotta tell you, she is so So rewarding, this Vanda. It's a species, and I always had trouble saying her name because I always say stop moving. It's Vanda. I want to say Maria, but it's Marie. So Marie, and this is the third spike it shot within a month. They were all there was 2 spikes out, and I was about to put it back because the spikes were starting to go, and I realized it had another spike here with little buds. I'm like, whoa, surprise. So this little species here will give you constant spikes and blooms. This one is called a Neostylus Lusneri from Banyang. And I thought it was an alba at first, and I thought it was mistagged because it didn't have any color. But if you look close, there is a little violet tone right on the, I guess that's what they call the lip. It has a little violet tone, and I love how dainty it is. It's just a very pretty, it smells so good. Has a very sweet, like, I don't know, it's almost like, the other day I smelled it for the first time and I'm like, let me see if it smells, but it does, you have to get really close to it. It's like a sweet, oh, I hear mangoes falling. This is the season where we don't walk under the trees much. It smells like a pancakey mix type of thing, cookie mix. Like a lot of these flowers have like a cookie mix, like the Ben's Fantasy. It's like buttercream and grape. It's like a cookie you would eat, you know? Now, here's my green flax that I got years ago at a place called Oldsmar Flea Market in Tampa, Florida. And I got it from Marie, to pronounce it properly. She is from Haiti, and she is an amazing orchid grower. And I bought this from her many years ago. It was when I first started collecting like different types of more exotics. And look how healthy and how beautiful this Dendrobium has grown up to be. And I'm telling you guys, my feeding regimen and fungicide, like, I know that you can see some of the leaves in the terrace that have a lot of spots. That's because I just sprayed fungicide. See, that's what it is. But after a couple of rains, it goes away, and it looks as beautiful as this. So I know that if you see it and they look kind of spotty, it's just on the topical part. It comes off with the rains, but it keeps my plants very healthy. Now, this one is always blooming for me year round. And so I got her own wall sconce because she's my greenhouse queen. She is truly the queen. She's in the center of it all, as you can see here. Let me see. I don't want to slip because I slipped here earlier. We have to pressure clean this. This is what caused I broke that pot. Oh my God, I've already fallen here several times. I'm always falling. I just want to catch it on film so I can share with you guys. Because I start laughing when I fall. Other people get mad. I think it's funny. Anyway, so she really is the queen of this greenhouse, and she deserved her own spot. She doesn't deserve to have any other plant pushing her aside. And as she grows, she gets more space. That's just it. That's the deal we have here. But now she's in full bloom, and you'll see it'll last all the way through December. She'll take like a break for a month, sometimes even 2, but you'll see like one flower here, one flower there. But this is when she's in full bloom. And look how cute they are. It's such a beautiful flower. Because green flowers are awesome. You know, when you just add another splash in the color wheel, reds are complementary to green because they're opposite of each other. So whatever color is opposite of that color, that's its complementary color when you look at a color wheel. And this one is a perfect balance of deep, like chartreuse green and like a plum cranberry. Beautiful. I'm just enjoying the view. I'm sorry if I take too long on a flower. I just really love to look at them. Now, I am pulling back because I want to start from the center. Look at, see, that's my orchid queen. This is my jungle queen. This is my bat plant. And this year, she's just so happy. I'm going to bring you up close and personal to these flowers. I'm walking very slow because I don't want to fall. Now check this out. They're still opening. They're not in full bloom yet. The one in the back is. But these are very rare now. The white bat plant. They have the black bat plant. But according to the boys at OFE's Orchid In Supply, they were telling me that I should really take good care of this one and try to propagate from it, because they're pretty rare now to get, and they're up there in price. So he says take good care of it, and I go, well, she is very well cared for in my, so I'm sorry, I'm pulling this so you guys can see it better. They're spoiled here, so they get fed, they get constant water. Like this one, I fill that there to the lip with water, and once it starts overflowing, I stop. I do that every day in the summer, and sometimes at night I'll refill it again. This is the one plant that loves lots of water, especially when it's in full action like this, that is just shooting all these beautiful jungle flowers that you see in some tropical areas. I think they grow in Mexico and in Costa Rica. But it's a beautiful, beautiful flower, very exotic, and it's just breathtaking. I mean, those colors are just very beautiful. And how delicate those little tentacles are. You know, that ombre from that deep purple to the light white. Like, could you imagine hair color like that? That would be so cool. A deep purple like that fading into a platinum white. By the way, guys, that's an affirmation. Thank you, God. He agreed as well. You can get influence and inspiration from nature. Nature can teach you things that you can use like in your own daily life. And sometimes I have used nature to do hair colors and to do ideas. So anyway, that was just a little side note. I wanted to share with you guys how big she's gotten. And she's right in the center. I told her I'm going to give you the center. I cleaned out a lot of things for her to have her space. All right, now this is what I want to show you guys. I know you've probably seen it already in the background. Lewis created out of the palm trees that we have here. He cuts I call them cuticles of the trunk. He cuts them off, and this is pressured coconut fiber. So for it to wear out, it's going to take a very, very long time. So I am going to plant these inside here. This is just a test to see. That's why it's kind of wonky right now, because it's not going to look like this. But here, I'm going to take this out so you guys can see how it looks and what he did. And I will show you guys also a little video of what he did another one that he was painting and showing me how he is going to create, you know, some with like color. And I was telling him, oh, good, we can name one Nature Nell. I told him we'll put it right here on the edge of the boat and we'll call it Nature Nell, and then we'll do other ones and we could put like, and so I go, you know, people are going to want to buy this. So I sent it to Blanca. I said, listen, don't share it with anybody until I put the video out, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I want one. She says, I want one of those. I want first bids. So anyway, I'm trying to get it to stay still because I guess it was spinning or something. But anyway, this is the first one he did. This is a nylon string. This doesn't rot. So he does it with actual nylon string, weatherproof nylon string. He drills holes so there's drainage throughout. Oh, you can't really, well, it's kind of invisible because of the texture. And then he just perfectly made these holes, tied it to balance. And I mean, if I were to do it, it would be like wonky and wobbly. The strings would all be like, it would not look like this. Because this is all, I'm sure, mathematical. Well, it wants to spin the other way. It wants to vote for you and pose. So anyways, I thought it was really cool. He surprised me with it. He goes, I had this idea. I was talking to Chris from OFE's Orchid and Supply, and I was telling him, he goes, man, that sounds like a really good idea. Let me know. We'll probably sell it here. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Marketing. Now we're going to market sailboats. But no, I don't know if that's going to happen, guys. He just did this for me. We're just joking. And so I don't even know if he wants to do, if he would even want to invest time to be doing this for sale, because he's super busy all the time. But it is a very cool and unique idea. So I'm gonna put the Phalaenopsis here with sphagnum moss, and I'm gonna drape the Spanish moss, and it's gonna look gorgeous on there. Blanca and I were talking about it. She goes, oh my God, yes, and using the Spanish moss. And I go, oh yeah, that's all in the making, the making of. So I don't know, it keeps twisting there. I switched it onto this, it had a different chain, and it was a very thin chain, and I loved it because it stayed very steady. But in this one, I don't know, I guess since I took the weight out, see, it's directly facing, it's like a compass. It's directly north and south. All right, so enough of this. I just wanted to show you guys. He's gonna make more. You know, he's probably gonna improve as he makes more. Because he's like me. He makes several until he gets to a point he wants. Oh, by the way, look. I just picked these up. These all fell from our trees under here. It's amazing how these mangoes fall and they don't even touch a Vanda, and also those things protected, but nothing has been damaged by mangoes falling here. It's crazy. But anyways, I caught all these today, so, and there's more inside. There's gonna be some mango shakes happening soon, like my mom used to make. ¿Quieres un batido de mango con leche condensada? And I'd be running to the kitchen like a little puppy. Yes. And this was condensed milk, mango, and milk. And ice. I mean, oh, and let's add a little sugar, you know, just in case it needs a little sugar. But, you know, that was a Cuban upbringing. Please, they would give us coffee with this thing called palitroque. Café con leche, actually. Palitroque before going to bed. And we would go fast asleep. So, yeah, welcome to the world of Cubans. All right, guys, let me turn this around. All right, guys, that is it. That's the end of the road for today. I hope you enjoyed What's in Bloom in June, part 2. There was some great stuff that I was dying to show you guys, like the bat plants. I mean, that's just such a great plant to have. I'm so happy, and I've had it for several years. That is, it has like 3 or 4 shoots, so it's producing, all of them are producing those pods. So that's why this year we have, mosquitoes are killing. We have so many flowers blooming, so it's like we're super excited. It was a big surprise for me. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for all your comments. I have been so busy. Business, thank God it's picking up again, because it kind of like dropped a little bit in the summer. It always gets kind of slow in the salon, so it's picking up. I'm really busy. I'm actually doing some super cool stuff in the salon. I have some clients that do cosplay. I don't know if you guys know what that is, where they do costumes and they win like hundreds of thousands of dollars in prizes. It's amazing. And they do it in conventions, and they dress up as their favorite characters in video games and in movies and Marvels and DC, and it's just, they go all out, and it's so many people that do this. So I have some kids that do this stuff, and they actually use their own hair to do their characters. So I have one guy that's gonna go, he has very long straight hair, beautiful hair. He's from Romania, and he wants it silver white for a character, and I have the picture already, and I'm doing that this week. So I'm so excited about that. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys, aside from my orchids, a little bit of what I do outside the orchid world. So anyways, thank you for all your comments. If I haven't gotten to them, I will try. Some of them I'll be like 2 weeks late, but hey, I always either acknowledge it or do a quick response. All right. Some of you that have written to me in other languages, I will have to put those on the side for a bit because I do have to go online and translate, and I do write them through and then translate it to myself, and then I rewrite what I'm going to say in your language and then cut and paste. So I do go through all that to respond because I want to know what you're saying. But if I do that right now, it's going to take too much of my time and literally very limited in that. So as you can see, I'm rushing today's video. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next episode. My name is Nelson. You're watching Nature Nell. And remember to always, always keep it green. See you next time.